English 121, Argumentation, from the Allen and Bacon Guide, pages 309 to 313. Argument can be difficult to define, but there are a few things that it is and a few things that it is not. Argument does involve two primary components: truth-seeking, which is diligent, open-minded, and responsible searching for the best course of action or solution to a problem, taking into account all of the available information and alternate points of view. And persuasion, which is the art of making a claim on an issue and justifying it convincingly so that the audience's initial resistance to your opinion is overcome and they are moved toward your opinion. On the other hand, argument is not fighting, which involves the truth-seeking process, but typically does not allow for alternative points of view, nor is it a pro-con debate, which ignores the possibility of multiple perspectives and oversimplifies the issue to a pro-con. Argument is both a process and a product. The process is an act of inquiry characterized by fact-finding, information gathering, and consideration of alternative points of view. This is the truth-seeking part of the argumentation process. It is also a product, which is a contribution to the conversation at any one moment surrounding an issue. This is the persuasive element of the argument as a whole. There are several stages in understanding argumentation. You start with a very basic personal opinion. These are short, undeveloped arguments that are circular, lacking in evidence, and insulting to those who disagree. They do not involve truth-seeking, nor do they open up the possibility of alternative points of view. From the personal opinion, we move on to a very basic structured claim supported by one or more reasons. This has a rational plan containing point sentences, which are known as reasons, and particular pieces of evidence to prove those points. From there, we move on to an increased attention to truth-seeking. In this case, the writer is engaged with the complexity of the issue, incorporating outside research and alternative perspectives. Once we've done the truth-seeking, we are finally able to articulate unstated underlying assumptions. These are assumptions of the writer and the audience which are stated, analyzed, and supported. And finally, true academic argument links to the values and beliefs of the intended audience. It adapts the structure and tone to the resistance level of the audience, using psychological strategies to win them over. We call these kinds of arguments classical because they are patterned after the persuasive speeches of ancient Greek and Roman orators, and they contain several parts. You start with an introduction that grabs the reader's attention, presents your thesis, and forecasts the main contents of the body and essay, or the main points. From there, you move on to the body of the essay, which presents the points supporting your position, forecasted earlier, and supports each point with evidence, or particular information, to prove the point. Finally, each point is tied to the values of the audience. From there, writers can incorporate opposing views. They try to be fair and thorough, but show weaknesses in the opposing views. Sometimes they have to concede to the strengths of opposing views and move on. And finally, offer a conclusion that sums up the argument, restates the thesis, leaves a strong, lasting impression, and relates the topic to a larger context of issues. These are the basics of argumentation that we will be working with for our next essay.